So the governor, again, screwing us. And I'm glad Channel 12 actually covered this. It says, looking for a lifeline. Agencies warn New Yorkers less safe after drastic cutbacks to nonprofit funding. So, yeah, there have been cutbacks. Once again, Governor Hochul showing who she serves.
Violence and other crimes after a crippling financial setback.
Yeah,
New concerns tonight for victims of domestic violence and other crimes after a crippling financial setback for New York's nonprofit community. Team 12 Investigates has learned that dozens of agencies are facing layoffs and program cuts after losing millions of dollars in state funding, many of them reaching out to the Turn to Terror team to take a closer look at what's at stake.
They run the agencies that tens of thousands of New Yorkers turn to each year when times get tough. Raise your hands if these cuts are devastating to your bottom line. But now the people in charge of the largest victim assistance programs across Long Island, New York City, and the Hudson Valley are fearful for their future.
It's an existential threat.
People's lives are in danger.
That's the terrifying reality 61 nonprofit organizations across New York are confronting after losing millions of dollars in state grant money that wasn't set to expire until the end of 2023. Now layoffs and cutbacks to legal services are looming.
There's a chance that our whole program could be shut down.
Last year, Hope Store assisted more than 1,000 victims of domestic violence.
If this happens, that number can't possibly even be 500.
Other agencies have already started slashing services.
We immediately had to shut our intake down.
And so basically, people who need emergency order of protections are not going to get them.
People like Vanessa Pahaki,
not being able to get an emergency order of protection, I may not be here right now.
Who we first introduced you to.
Do you remember the first time that he hit you?
In our special report on domestic violence 2 years ago.
He had broken my nose, I had 2 black eyes, chunks of my hair were missing.
Even though the Rockland mom is safe today, she lives in fear of what will happen in the future when her abuser is released from prison and the agencies that helped her survive are fighting to stay afloat.
I have a son who is happy, whole, loved. He doesn't know a life of abuse. These cuts are taking that away. Women are not going to leave. Victims are not going to leave. They're going to be too afraid.
After hearing their stories, we reached out to the State Office of Victim Services, who told us they were forced to make the cuts after funding from the Federal Victims of Crime Act dried up.
Okay, how come New Jersey isn't doing this then?
Prosecutions of white-collar crimes. So these women are now calling on Governor Hochul to put $25 million into her budget to prevent future tragedies.
We're talking about not just an impact of today, we're talking about an impact of 20 years from now. Kids growing up in the system, survivors who might not necessarily be able to call a helpline at 3 a.m. and because we're not able to pick up the phone.
Tara Rosenblum, News 12.
We're still waiting to hear back from Governor Hochul's team about the cuts. Meantime, if you've got a story or a problem you want to...
This is what I mean. This is the plan, guys. And I'm sick over it because this governor is finalizing the plan. She's finalizing the plan, and that's why she's the worst. Kathy Hochul is the worst governor New York ever had. And that she's a front runner, unexpected, clear front runner. I'm going to have to go live in New Jersey. I'm going to have to go live in New Jersey. She doesn't care about people with disabilities. She doesn't care about victims of crimes. Why isn't New Jersey cutting services to agencies? No, you're driving us out, Governor. It's all part of the plan. Showing who she represents. It's all part of the damn plan. Don't tell me the plan isn't real when you see stuff like this. Letting criminals on our streets, guess who's dealing with the brunt of the crime? The middle class, the lower incomes, while a certain demographic largely sits safe in their enclaves. Maybe not safe from tanker trucks, but safe from a lot of the crime going on, all right? It's all part of the plan with this witch. It really is. This is what I mean. And this right here is pretty much what the way things are going. You won't get to vote me out since you'll be living in New Jersey by then. I may have to be living in New Jersey before the year is over because it's getting so exponentially dangerous here. And they're cutting services. You know? She's such a hypocrite. Oh, I care about... No, you're a hypocrite. This is what she thinks of people like us. Take him to New Jersey. That's what she thinks of us. Right? She doesn't care about the crime. Shut up. We don't care. Now go live in New Jersey. Price this guy out. You can't afford to live in one of the enclaves, so too bad. You have to leave. You've been priced out of Long Island. And you're going to have to go live in New Jersey. And this is the painful reality right here, guys. This is the painful reality. It's going to happen. I'm not going to be able to survive here on Long Island for much longer at the rate things are going. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.